Well, the gloves are off in this fall's federal election campaign. One of the parties out there took dead aim at a rival party's political campaign ad. Here's the ad in question by the Conservatives. Take a look for yourself.
وسوف ترى بعقر ديارك تكون المعارك لأجل دمارك حسام برا قريبا قريبا ترون العجيبة صراعا رهيبا وسوف ترى بعقر ديارك.
If elected, would you pull the CF-18s out of Kuwait, say, okay, we're not going to do the bombing anymore?
Yes, we'd move away from the CF-15 mission to...
Move away from the CF-18s. That is a yes, right?
Yes,
that you
it
would
is a
pull
yes.
them out. Okay.
Yes.
If you don't want to bomb a group as ghastly as ISIS, when would you ever support real military action?
Terry, that's a nonsensical question.
Well, one of the rival parties want that deleted from YouTube. In fact, they've demanded that YouTube take it down. Well, which rival party would be so censorious? Would it be Justin Trudeau's Liberals, Thomas Mulcair's New Democrats? No, it's a much more vicious, powerful party. It's the media party. You know what I mean. CBC, CTV, Global, most of the big newspapers. They're sort of a political party. They don't say they are, but they have the same views on everything from thinking Omar Khadr is a folk hero, not a terrorist. They all love the theory of man-made global warming, not enough to actually change their own lifestyle, just to bring in carbon taxes on you and me. And they all hate Stephen Harper. So the CBC, the leader of the media party, has demanded that YouTube take this ad off the internet. Isn't that incredible? That they would try and censor a Canadian political party. Now, they claim that it's for violating copyright, but that's obviously not true. You know this in your bones. Going back more than half a century, it is common practice and legal practice, of course, for political parties to show clips of their opponents and say, look at the dumb thing he said. The Liberals and New Democrats will do it to the Tories, just as the Tories have done in this case to Justin Trudeau. It's legal under copyright law going back centuries, going back even before the age of TV or radio. It was completely lawful to take small parts of someone else's work and use it for criticism or education. That doesn't even trip copyright law. If you were to take a large chunk of someone else's work, you could still get away with it under copyright law if you could prove it was for public education or for criticism. But just having a tiny sliver of a lengthy interview is clearly lawful, and you know that because, well, the CBC takes slivers of YouTube clips and other interviews all the time on their channel. They know this. Here are some internal emails from the CBC where they indicate that their own lawyers know this kind of editing is completely lawful. So what's going on? Why is the media party trying to censor the Conservatives? Well, duh, I already told you, they hate the Conservatives. They would never take these lengths against the Liberals or the New Democrats. But it's also something deeper. The old legacy media are losing control. First of all, they're losing control of viewers to YouTube. So of course they want to smash the upstart technology that's running circles around their old school legacy technology. But second of all, they hate the fact that the Conservatives are no longer submissive to the media party cartel. I'm referring in particular to the fact that the Conservatives refuse to be part of orchestrated debates run by CTV, CBC, and Global. Now, the Conservatives have agreed to participate in 5 leaders' debates, up from the regular 2. Just none of them will be run by the CBC. You can tell it's fighting season. The media party's not going down easily. Look, of course YouTube is going to tell the CBC to get stuffed. If the CBC could ban all things it didn't like on YouTube, it would shut down the whole medium. I think this is instructive. It shows just how partisan the media party and the CBC are. I think it shows just how vicious they are with competitors. But most importantly, I think it shows disrespect, no, not to the Conservatives, but to Canadians. The CBC, if they had their way, would not let ordinary Canadians see this ad and make up their own mind for themselves. Look, I found the ad persuasive. Other people might find it odious and feel sympathy for Justin Trudeau. Either way, the CBC doesn't want you to have a look. Hey, do you think you'll be able to trust the CBC to give you an honest, objective report of the coming federal election campaign? Yeah, me neither. For TheRebel.media, I'm Ezra Levant.